Sorry. That's what I think of every time I hear that. I think of the fucking song from Metal Gear Solid 5. So we're back for another night of this. I didn't stream yesterday because reasons. I had a lot to catch up on. And this will be the last stream of this week. But we'll get a full 3 hours in tonight, maybe a couple minutes more just to make it an even 9 hours total this whole week, because 9 is a great number. Let me just make sure the stream is working and all and shit like that, since we have a bad track record here. This will be the last stream of this week. I sound good? Shut up past me. So let's see, someone's murdered, then someone else got murdered. Their daughter is my not daughter. My character's a pervert. He has special abilities. And now we're interrogating a teen idol. Just gotta swim through our brain fluid here real quick. Get a recap of everything that happened. Fuck you, Oda. The only character more insufferable than Date himself, Oda. So, we're interrogating-ish Iris, because we believe she may have been tied to this murder case thing. I don't know. I'm waiting for the twists. This game does have a flowchart, if you haven't seen it yet. And, it looks like I'm going down a single route. So there's, like, things that you do, too. I did one last stream where you kind of just dive into someone's brain. And when you do that, it, like, creates alternate paths and stuff. So it's gonna be kind of interesting seeing it. It's a puzzle game, but it's a lot more straightforward than... Well, I wouldn't say straightforward. It's a lot less puzzly than Zero Escape. It's more like you choose an action that makes sense or doesn't make sense, and then something happens, and if you're lucky, you do all the right actions. Mirror. A two-way mirror. There's a small room on the other side of the mirror, but you can't see it from here. A desk in the middle of the room. So yeah, I like going for all the flavor text, because that's what makes this game, There are pipes on the walls of the room. A security camera. This interrogation room has 2 surveillance cameras. This is one of them. The other is installed near the doorway. You mean this one? Literally right here?
This is the camera used to record the interrogation.
Oh.
Images captured by this camera are sent to the database in real time. It is later saved permanently on our servers. You can remotely control it as well.
Very plain room. Not much happening. Is Oda's story true?
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
What were you doing with Renju?
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there. But the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before. Especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left
Damn
with
it.
Mr. Okiura. At 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Iba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized. Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
Maybe she just has a photographic memory. When did you find out Renju was killed?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
Damn it, stop saying the lines. You didn't do that before.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
Yeah.
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
About the surveillance camera.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
Do you have an alibi for last night?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean...
Yes. Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
He caused my arm injury. I don't know if he
However,
actually caused the arm
there's
injury.
nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date.
Okay, yes, you
True that I
are.
met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Iris, have you ever heard of the prisoner's dilemma?
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Well, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see,
Iris could have killed Renju because the entrance. Because,
This is the camera used to record the images captured. It is later saved. You can remote.
why does it still let you, like, do this?
Iris could have choked Renju to death. If you are searching for proof of this, you will not find it here. Renju's estimated TOD is yesterday, around 8 p.m. Numerous hemorrhages in the blood vessels of the throat and face indicate strangulation. The weapon used to commit the murder was some kind of twisted cloth. The criminal likely wrapped it around Renju's neck and pulled. Renju then suffocated. The more precise cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck. In short, Renju was strangled from behind with some kind of cloth or rope. The autopsy determined that Renju vacated his bowels for muscle relaxation upon death. However, no trace of this was found on the corpse or at the scene. This means that it is highly likely Renju was killed elsewhere and moved to where he was found. Renju's corpse was discovered at the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket, hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The other end was attached to beer kegs found on the floor. The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds each. The autopsy discovered a high concentration of benzodiazepine in Renju's body. This drug is commonly used as a sedative. It is likely that Renju was in a state of compromised consciousness before his death. Sunfish Pocket is located on the second floor. According to the records, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, the elevator stopped on the second floor only once. At 8:55 p.m., the total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
I know this. It's Renju's favorite. I found it inside an oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. That means...
The oil drum inside Sunfish Pocket. The type that has a lid you can open, with about a 200-liter capacity. Empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
Now, what if I what can I show? I mean, I don't think there's any wrong answer. Iris could have choked Renju to death. This doesn't have anything to do with it. This isn't it. Not it. Sedation.
A heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
Well, obviously...
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
Sure, it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. That's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then... What do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible.
But that would mean the person in the elevator with them would be 150 pounds, so... Unless they were carrying something else...
But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
She could have? I mean, the elevator, but... maybe. Oh, there's 2 things I need. Oil drum. This could have something to do with it. But I need more to support my theory. A watch? I mean, he was in the barrel, but... no, whatever. I guess. That makes sense.
Do you know what this is?
It's a watch, dumbass.
It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
See, Date, you should just ignored her.
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Oh, right.
Why do you say that?
There's a high chance that the culprit weighs 105 pounds because... What if the oil drum is one of the key clues, but there's something else? This isn't enough. I need another clue.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
On the 2nd floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the 2nd floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310.
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now, this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
I mean, but that won't ever be a thing, because that would make this game way too convoluted and hard to solve.
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall.
Eye. I only have one eye. You control the other one.
There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod.
I know.
managed to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
It's me. Is it me? Who is this handsome male model? Oh, just me. I can see myself. accuse me. They're gonna think I did it. It's okay, Tessa. Stay calm. I'm here for you. Okay. Won't tell anyone about that thing. Not even if they torture me.
Iris,
What
are
thing?
you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date.
I mean, they didn't think of taking...
With her.
I mean, okay, but... Also, they didn't think of taking her cell phone when they started this thing? What were they thinking?
Iris is experiencing REM sleep. Medication is working perfectly.
How about it, Date? Think you can do it?
No fluff this
Not a
time. You just
problem.
dive right
Get
in.
started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up,
Get out,
I
you
know.
fuck.
then let's begin.
These load times. I know someone told me the load times on the Switch version were a little eh.
What is this place?
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
Somnium scan! Activate!
Boy. Time to dive into the heart. Discover Iris's secret. A mysterious room, videos, and a strange device. You may be able to find the truth. Okay.
A CRT TV.
Hit. Spin the dial. What's that skull mean? Oh, shit.
What is this video?
Delivery seems a little off. I feel like the emphasis should be on is there.
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect here.
Saw the murder video. I'm heading to the right now, though. You picked up a timie that has a negative effect. Negative timies can multiply time or force you to use them. If you pick one up, be careful. Wait. B, strangle it. Okay, so that's the, route I'm on, I'm guessing?
A full body mirror.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it? Nothing special happens.
You don't have the muscle mass. You need to do some training.
What would be the point of that? I do not have muscles.
That's what I just said.
I cannot wait for the day I have enough muscle to punch you in the face. It will be splendid.
Five minutes left,
A
Dante.
torso with a head.
Choke. Well, choke sounds like the reasonable choice here. Oh.
Even my consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
Oh, did she choke herself out by doing that?
Tired of this. We have no choice but to investigate.
A drug bottle
4
that
minutes.
holds some kind of liquid.
Yeah, just chug it.
Do not pressure me, Date,
Pressure you?
into drinking alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Well, no.
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
A drug bottle that holds some...
Oh, I just realized I'm not using those. Oops. Fuck.
a syrupy smell, like sweet almonds.
Syrup? You think they were baking a cake or something?
If it isn't syrup, it's nitroglycerin.
Why is that here?
Nitroglycerin reacts violently upon light impact. It needs to be mixed to lower its sensitivity.
Mixed with what?
Acetone.
Acetone?
It is best that we do not disturb this for now.
Right.
A drug bottle that holds some... There is no label. I cannot determine what is inside.
It's probably dangerous.
I agree. We should not touch it if we do not know what it is.
But I
Even
want
in
it to be
Somnium,
important.
Some things should not be done.
You're ruining the immersion.
3 minutes, Dante.
A full body mirror.
Time will not be used. Proceed. Wait, what? Timey will not be used. Oh. Punch that fucking mirror.
Are you sure I can break this mirror?
No, I don't think you have the strength to break
Then why did you ask me to, pervert?
it. Just punch it, and I'm not a pervert. You see? It won't break.
What was the point of that?
Good question.
A full body... Can you talk?
Can you talk?
What? Don't copy me.
What? Don't copy me.
Pervert. Date is a pervert.
Pervert. Dante is a pervert.
Why do I have to get called a pervert? And twice?
That's cool, but pointless. Shit!
A
And pick it
torso
again.
In the reflection.
A torso? Not you?
Is there any meaning to this?
I can't say. But what is going on?
A
An old television.
Oh, cool. More murder porn.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Oh, hey, Tam. That's cool. Don't worry about it. People show up when they show up.
Only a shelf.
Pull or push.
That shelf sticking out. It seems odd.
This music is perfect for the Somnium. Yeah, the music in this game is pretty good in general, but it's definitely, atmospheric. Oh, there's a rock up there. It's gonna fall on her head.
What happened?
A metal ball must have fallen off the shelf.
Why would anyone put that there? An iron ball. It looks quite heavy.
Balance on, throw, kick.
Where should I throw it?
Throw it that way.
You've had much 99 proof butterscotch. You really like your alcohol, don't you? Chuck that bastard.
Unexpectedly right. All right. Yeah.
Fucking beaned. Oh, right, it's Friday. I keep forgetting that. I work Tuesday through Saturday. So, it's not my weekend yet.
Now, a TV and an old book have appeared.
I hope this is the last time.
I'm running way too low on time here. You also finished all things that needed to be doing. Well, that's good.
A common gas. An old-fashioned TV.
Obviously, we have to go to the TV first. So, Iris obviously has some connection to the Cyclops killer, rather than just being a witness. Because if she remembers all three of these...
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
It is a thick book.
Dick book. Alright,
This'll be easy. It's more brittle than crumbly cheese. Oh, it disappeared.
Melted down like a grilled cheese.
Oh, it's gone. I like how you could go back to lock 1, which you could just restart. So why would you waste 3 retries doing that? Yeah, no, I understand. I completely understand what you mean by that. I would say definitely, if it's definitely about just dressing a certain way, you should just do it. You don't have to change who you are if you don't feel that's who you are just because you want to wear a specific piece of clothing. That's kind of a weird thing to, like, when you think about it, it's very silly. But it's good that you realize that, because it's, you know, it's helpful to know who you are and what you want and what you need. I don't know. I'm speaking out of my ass.
Just a locker.
Huh, it's just a box. Whoa.
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
Yeah, no, wear whatever you want. I mean, I wear stuff that's not traditionally, you know, masculine sometimes. This Rube Goldberg bullshit. Very odd game. Was that... Wait, how did that end?
that is...
Oh. Oh, is that... Day 3, Iris A acquired. Oh, that's the end. I didn't have to talk to Iris herself. I didn't find the prize, though. I'll probably have to find that when I do the other route. Oof. Gumai. Looks like it says gum eye.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Ryuji... whatever his name is. Shit, dog. Oh, clever. Nice reference to the ring. There's our boy Pewter. Collage. To glue in French, an art form that involves combining various materials such as printed paper, cloth, wires, wood pieces, sand, leaves, etc. Pewter describes dreams as a collage of memories. It sort of reminds me of Mormon bubbles. Tell someone you love to image search. Tell someone you love to image search it. Collectible eye things at the very beginning. Okay. Good to know. There's a bunch of Marimos inside.
Date, can you turn on the TV? Videodrone is about to start.
What's Videodrone?
You haven't seen Videodrone? It's a cult classic.
I haven't seen it, and that's not a TV anyway.
Long table.
This brings back memories. Date and I consummated our love for each other many times on that table.
Nice.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay, enough flavor text. About the original serial killings.
Didn't
I
I
forgot the
tell
word
you?
Cyclops.
The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything. You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all 4?
What about the original Cyclops serial killings?
Killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
Are you fucking lying to me? Boss has a serious look on her face. The blue figure in the sink.
This. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face.
Oh, that was
The
him.
original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
It's his twin brother.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer? You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Sure it is. I believe that. I don't fucking know. I don't know what to believe anymore. This game's throwing me for a loop. About the original and new incidents.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection. between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
But you...
How can you be so sure?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many loops. This is really coming off to me like, okay, I obviously don't spoil anything, but I feel like this is very much coming off like 999, where it's kind of grounded in reality, except with all the sci-fi bullshit happening here already from the beginning. But it's gonna start throwing the real shit in like halfway through. Like by the end of the game, there's gonna be like some earth-shattering difference that like defies all logic in this game. And I don't mean like all the science fiction stuff already happening. I mean like something that just defies the natural laws of this world. Peter looks like his usual self. About the original Cyclops killer.
Remember what the boss said this morning?
No.
The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it.
Oh, okay.
Lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
That's government. The red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Okay then. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium? Again, asking questions that we wouldn't know the answers to.
The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations.
Huh?
This is not a guarantee.
Sorry, I zoned out there for a second. Okay.
We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
Unless you're a lucid dreamer.
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
Wait, why are we repeating
can be
this?
expressed as an equation.
Oh, God.
Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C.
Couldn't that just be Dream A, though? Why does the dream have to be D?
Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C.
Okay, but what if they're just plain memories in sequential order?
Those happened in reality.
Then couldn't Dream D be... whatever.
In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
Ugh.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier.
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Are all memories real? I don't know. Haven't you ever played Final Fantasy
You said
VII?
that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Fake news.
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
Summarize this all for me. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
Fuck. I headed to the sink room. If you have any questions after the final route, I'll be happy to answer them. Just a few days ago, I found a question and figured out the answer for it. Neat. I've still got a very, very long way to go here. I'm not sure I'm going to finish this game before my vacation, which kind of sucks, but maybe I will. I might... Oh no, next week I can't stream every day.
Hey Iris, About that dream earlier.
Vacation when? Last week of the month. I'm going to Texas for a convention from the 26th until the 2nd of March. And I'm going to be meeting someone in this game actually. But that's neither here nor there.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
Well, that's obviously a fucking lie.
You don't?
No.
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But...
Iris, if there were two people...
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
Zoop.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
Can you spot me so I can come? Honestly, I was thinking about bringing a few people, like, there are a few people out there who are like, oh, I really want to go, and I'm just like, I'll help you go if you want. But no, I don't think I could foot entire travel and hotel bills for people at the moment.
Date, could you take Iris home?
No.
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
Do we have set laws regarding how dreams work?
You cannot decline, Date.
Okay, but we could, like, ask her a few more questions.
Date, could we make a stop first?
No. No. Iris, if there were two men on the moon and the other one killed one with a rock, would that be fucked up or what? Sorry, I was scratching my back and now I can't find where the back scratcher was supposed to fit into here. Nope. No. There we go. If I understand, dreams are not admissible evidence, therefore they cannot be used in a court or for a warrant.
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. Is she sending a Nile message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. I love how this game has two roads, cage and highway. Maruburu. Snack Marble. I keep forgetting I actually have to manually press A to make these go away. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. To my surprise, I saw Oda sitting at the counter. Oh, I actually got a new messenger bag today to bring with me on my trip and to use in, like, everyday life. And it kind of looks like that bag Oda has. It's very, it's got a lot of straps and stuff. Doesn't have the same colors, though, but it has a, like, actual, like, leather strap on it. Really nice.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
Such a little prick. Look at him. I'll punch him in his face. There's a poster on the wall. A flyer. You called Oda here?
No, I didn't tell him to come. He just showed up on his own.
I love how everyone just knows that this bar exists and just hangs out here. Looks like he's bothered by something. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
Oh yeah, by the way, you were talking to her during the investigation. That makes you a suspect, asshole.
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama was always dependent on the kindness of strangers, ever since she opened Marble. Ugh, what was that delivery? What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris.
I'm about to sneeze. Maybe not.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing.
Get that thing I sent you?
That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
What two-witter thing? She's standing right next to us.
It's fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
What? I fucking knew he was gonna do some bullshit like that. I had the second he was like, oh, something outside, I'm like, oh, god damn it, no. Jukai, Monday. This game really worked out well with the eye puns, huh? So many Japanese phrases with it. Monday, 2:48 a.m. God damn it. You know, it's funny. They could have, It's so stupid, because he could have just taken Iris home. Oda could have showed up and they could have ran away. They did not need to drag him to Marble and then tase him to make Oda now look suspicious. I have a feeling that's not the point, though.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. I shot up, rubbing my neck. Blech. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
Looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. So how late was it? It's like 4 hours later. What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Also, that'd be incredibly douchey of me to just take alcohol from your counter.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days. Ota, The boy I asked to watch the bar?
You asked a fucking... You know, well, he's technically 24, I guess. Ah, fucking hell, man.
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
I fucking hate him.
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational. Date, the boss is calling.
How am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency.
Oh, motherfucker.
Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iva.
What? Oh, is this is the scene from the I remember this in the trailer. There's a buzzsaw, isn't there? Oh fuck. This can't be real.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iva, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
How?
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I thanked Mama and ran out of marble. SPD emergency. This isn't in space though, it's future. We need the FPD. Future Patrol Delta.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time.
I could skip this if I want.
That sick bastard.
Yep, I remember this now. The bear. This is in the trailer. Dot's shrink that video a bit.
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
Ota!
Oh, come the fuck on.
Stay away from Tessa!
Jesus Christ, kid. I fucking hate Oda. I kept my foot to the gas the whole time. You aren't a Power Rangers fan, are you? I'm a casual one. I watched a few of them as a kid. I never really got into it hardcore later, though. You know who is a big Power Rangers fan? My mom, actually. She likes watching, she used to like watching all of them. They were like running a marathon a few years ago of like every series, and she watched the entire thing. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Really? This looks like the same highway I've been on this whole time.
No, it can't be. No. Stop!
Oh, fuck.
No!
3:35 a.m. I still think this whole thing is staged. What? What? Uh... Huh. What? Eh. What the fuck? No. So that wasn't staged. Jesus, what the fuck, man? Your Phantom Mystic Force, past that I saw it going a bit flat. Then Saban got it back, and they tried to bring back the felling of blah, blah. It was.
There you are.
I don't know.
Finally.
I really
all over for you.
I really don't know what to make of it all. But I'm sorry. I mean, both Power Rangers in this game. Oh, this is awful.
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks?
Stop
Ota
smiling.
Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota.
I don't know, it seems like they were in cahoots with each other.
So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife. Killed her, then killed himself.
God, what a fucking weenie. Oh, don't make me look at that again.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions. Like killing Iris.
This whole game is a contradiction.
Such as?
Sorry for derailing the con. Oh, you don't have to apologize. I just don't know all that much. Like, Power Rangers is something I've never really been into after, like, the original series, so I don't remember a whole lot of it. There's a PC in the corner. This is the camera used to record the interrogation. Doesn't feel good to have the lens staring at you. Oda had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it. Making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Oda had no incentive to kill Shoko.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
I see the Kappa there, but no, I don't want you to tell me what the fuck is going on. I need to be surprised by this. I need to get the same rush I get from the Zero Escape series. One last time. I just need that last hit. Oh, Phantasy Star Online 2 came out today. I completely forgot about that. will be. Okay, here, don't tell me if I'm right or not. Here's my earliest prediction. The killer is dependent on the route. And the killer is different depending on the route you take. That's what I'm guessing. Alright, right off the bat. And there's gonna be some bullshit about alternate realities and something. What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
Maybe? I mean, I'm not saying anything. Ota's behavior during the video.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
There are some additional discrepancies.
I feel like Boss isn't being
I
too
analyzed
honest
the
here, too.
investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
I told the boss what Iba found.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, I know. I knew everything. I was the one that killed
Ota
him.
could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yeah, no, it didn't sound like that.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice-cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
Good fucking
We're up
question.
to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on
Shame,
the
he's got
3
some
other
big-ass
victims.
peepers.
Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
My not daughter.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
No, the daughter didn't do it. Renju and Shoko's daughter, Mizuki.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
I don't know what that means. Ota's mother, Mayumi.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her.
It's weird to see her just
And above all else,
be considered a
she would never
suspect.
harm her only son, let alone kill him.
She's obviously not being truthful about her own husband, though. Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
Momo Kumakura.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
Congressman So Sajima.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras, but again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me?
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events.
I find it interesting that he's humoring that.
Now.
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer.
This reminds me of that one route in Zero Time Dilemma where Carlos doubts that he may not have killed someone.
For years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit, to get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Oh, God, I'm really gonna go all these places. I kind of don't want to explore. I just want to get the story. Cold storage warehouse on a Monday. It's Monday, my dudes. Second day of my weekend. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Any progress in the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but
didn't find nothing. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
Bloodstained bee. That's Magaki. Is this Oda's blood?
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
No, let's not watch this again, shall we?
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
All the more motive for his dead body to commit this murder.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
Iris and Oda were sliced in two by this ice-cutting machine. Iris and Oda.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Oh. sorry. Just,
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
an ice cutting machine. Yeah, sorry. It's just something personal regarding that exact time and people dying.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right. About that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Jesus. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Iris and Ota's bodies are under autopsy. Their bodies aren't here anymore. A hook is hanging from a ceiling crane. Forklift. Don't see anything special about it.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
Nothing particularly suspicious. I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. It's very odd to see him out in sunlight, kind of hissing like a vampire. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
It's about the thing I keep in my drawer.
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Oh, good, thank God. Yeah, it is weird to see him outside. Look, he's even that thing's even like a vampire cape. He's dying out here. He's getting burned by the sunlight.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice.
What connection do you have to all this? Because it seems like you have some sort of emotional link to all this.
You even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
Take actual notes if you need to. Oh no. Am I gonna need notary notes like GPM did?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her.
I feel like the boss is like kind of an antagonistic
So
force
I decided
here.
to meet you here.
All right, let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
That was an absolute lie.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
See, I did say that.
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
It's you, you dumbass.
No, it's more accurate to say killers.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
Doing a lot of head nodding there. Fuck. Oh god, I had a line of thought and now I lost it. Shit. Killers. Those extra files mention the Illuminati. It's gonna be some bullshit like that, isn't it?
One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
What? Stacked containers. I don't know what's in them. A wooden box. A police officer. Another police officer. There's water over there. Tokyo Bay. Oh, neat. A hologram barrier. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Warehouses all in a line. A crane. If this was a Spider-Man movie, Crane Dad would operate that for me to swing from it. There's an oil drum. I don't know what this voice is now. And again, with the characters being like incredibly short, I feel like this is looking straight ahead, and Pewter's like half my size. This happened with the dude at the Yakuza too. Cause like this looks like I'm looking down. Pewter looks grimly serious. About Rohan.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
Oh, cool. So he's Yoshikage Kira, except with the eyeball fetish.
He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Why did the Cyclops case get classified? Probably because of the Yakuza bullshit.
That, I don't.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Who's the murderous psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oh, is it Mira?
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute.
Oh god, is it like a pleasure for killing?
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means.
Oh god, he is Mira.
Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that.
He got an erection.
Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Like something's dripping behind me. Sounds like it. Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice,
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan Kishibe.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
Okay, wait. I think it's just the music. We'll take a sip of your water, though.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains.
Yeah, it's the music.
Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Oh, same place 89 is. Oh my god, 89's voiced by DC Douglas. For fuck's sake.
Prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Fucking goddamn.
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
They're just typecasting DC Douglas at this point.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
I guess. I mean, I feel... See, the problem is, like... I feel like it's just... This fact is just being introduced. It's not really a twist. As much as it is, I just talked to someone related to it at one point. There's no, like, real investment emotionally. Of course, I know that's going to change over the course of the game, since this is going to be a convoluted, twisty mess. A little bit of a crotch going on, like a little bulge going on there. Let's go to marble. I could use a stiff one. Show you the flowchart. I went left, and then I'm pretty sure I went right from the last, because I did 2 Somniums. So I went left at Iris, or left at Miyuki, and then right at Iris.
Are you okay, honey?
Not really.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
Endogenous morphine released in the brain relieves pain, calms nerves, and creates a feeling of euphoria. Totally unrelated to dolphins. One of the neurotransmitters present in the central nervous system, involved with pleasant feelings, motivation, and learning new information. Posterior pituitary gland. The pituitary gland, there you go, is part of the endocrine system that hangs in the lower part of the brain, not to be confused with the anterior pituitary. Primarily secretes oxytocin, Jesus. Peptide hormone. A hormone with a peptide bond. A peptide bond is a bond that occurs when the carboxyl group of molecule, COOH, reacts with the amino group of another molecule, NH2, which generates water, H2O. Has nothing to do with energetic tides. Flowchart. That's what I meant to look at. Oh wait, it goes up. Alright, so I went left and up. Find another route in the previous Somnium. So what's the difference between begin and reopen? Begin starts at the beginning of that section. So what is reopen then? Does it actually save your position in every spot? Like if I jump around to a different flowchart area? Oh, let you pick a part of that section. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright. It gives you the times and stuff. And begin just starts you at the beginning. Okay. Makes sense. What an eventful 2 days it's been.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
No, just leave the bottle.
Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
If you have bourbon, that would be great. When I went on vacation a few years ago, actually it wasn't a few, it was like 7 years ago, my girlfriend at the time made me try a shot of straight bourbon, and I remember it made me sick. It was like drinking nail polish. And I actually got a fever from it. I was so disgusting. I'll take the fruity stuff, thank you.
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
Ota?
Here last night?
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
Aw, his father's part of it, isn't he? To be fair, I like the flavored stuff better myself. I like fruity drinks, fruity and minty. I gotta remember to, oh, I like Angry Orchard, too. That's a good fallback for me. I gotta remember, like, always go for the, cider, if it's possible, because that's always gonna be what I'll like the most. Smirnoff has tons of flavors of vodka. Smirnoff Ice is an old favorite of mine. It's very much a beginner's alcohol.
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's, about Sosajima in the Kawasaki district. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land to Kawasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused land prices to drop drastically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen, almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up, or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. About So in the Kawasaki district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki. Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly.
This guy kind of sounds like Paul Eating, but I looked it up and I'm pretty sure that's not actually him. Yeah, that's So Sajima.
But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits. However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
So it's just like New Jersey.
If the plan goes smoothly,
except cleaner,
land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE, and by So himself. The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
Wow.
He's involved in some shady business.
Excuse me.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip. What were we talking about again?
Good question.
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Wait, what? So, really? I wonder. That sounds a little off. It sounds believable, but also a little off. I feel like there's more to it than that.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Yeah, no, I know what she meant. I'm just thinking that that doesn't seem like that would be enough reason for Oda to go after the Kamakuras. I'm not sure. Oda seemed way more obsessed with other things. Damn it. Damn it. I know I could just press the button. I didn't want to do that. Give me a second. I just need a second here to clear my head. Jesus. Jesus. Okay. Sorry, had to just check a few things. Let's go to the Matsushita Diner and console poor Mayumi. Wait, that's her name, right? It's Mayumi? The place was silent. It was so quiet. I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. She's looking at photographs in her hand. I'm sorry to interrupt. About Oda. Do you want to talk about it?
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
No witty, remarks about the door today, huh? I feel like I'm gonna get the same reaction from the Sagan residents here. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Iris.
There's a drawing on the wall.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together, whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies or taking a walk or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine, and it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day, she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time, she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. doll holds a memory of her.
But... why? Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but...
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year.
I just realized that that line doesn't have the word were. Acquaintance of mine from when we younger. We out here.
By coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Oh shit, the old Cyclops killer.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
Yep, typo ruining the moment.
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
It's like Final Fantasy VII. After that, after like the most emotional moment, the word because is misspelled, and it's very, very obvious.
I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
I guess we're gonna speak to our not daughter. Damn. And what a shock, his place looks like a dump. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. Not a whole lot going on here, huh? Mine and Mizuki's clothes. Why do you own like 4 of the same thing? Mizuki's favorite metal pipe. Mizuki's bed. Where's your bed? It's a door rabbit, a stuffed rabbit. I gave it to Mizuki on her birthday. Mizuki is staring at the floor. About Iris. About Oda. Yeah. about Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet, not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. I returned to Boss's office to report. I returned to Boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for Boss.
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research about number 89.
89, huh? That's 20 more than 69. Who is number 89?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police.
Is he really an assassin, though? He's not killing people for hire. What's 89's real name? What's 89 real name? Excuse me. No S.
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
What's the relationship between number 89 and Shoko?
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
Oh, we get to hear his voice again.
Killed Shoko Nadami.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
It is possible.
What about number 89 and the new Cyclops serial killings?
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Let's talk to number 89.
Let's talk to number 89.
All right. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Yeah, let's just get a dangerous criminal to HQ. Really? He took considerable time to arrive. I can't believe... For some reason, Boss never showed up. What the fu... How are we just doing this? I feel like there's a huge chunk of, like, anything that was supposed to be done before this happens.
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Let me just look all over for flavor text first. What's your name?
Number 89.
Your real name?
I don't remember.
Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
Oh, so he's just having a jape.
I don't have time for your jokes.
You're the original Cyclops killer, aren't you?
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
Okay, well, that was... feels kind of anticlimactic. Do you know Shoko Donami? No, Bami? Good.
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me.
When did you first meet Shoko?
A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
Conjugal
Kidding.
visits.
She was just a business partner.
Who killed Shoko Nadami?
All right.
Who killed him? Where is he?
Let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
It's done. You've got a deal.
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story.
First off, Date, that's awful. You can't just let the serial killer out of prison. Secondly, oh boy, here we go with the,
Time. Is that all right with you?
Here we go, exposition dump.
Nothing but time.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin.
God, DC Douglas, your voice is so good. I could just listen to you all day.
Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice. Let's call him F. F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
Shit's fucked, man.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all.
Ah, just like
After a
modern
while,
police.
He returned to his job like nothing happened. That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman, no agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner, but it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
You don't say.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes.
I am the law.
Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no. But it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco, named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
Cool. That ain't Falco.
Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though.
It was a good front.
He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization.
They gotta hustle for that money.
An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life, but not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely. Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps. Footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking. That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman.
The woman.
She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work.
So he's Iris's father.
She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart.
Let's make me thirsty.
Falco started to become himself again. His former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
But that also doesn't make sense.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine. And her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the two of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason. And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would.
Didn't, this contradicts Pewter's story, though. If this is the Cyclops killer's backstory, then what happened to the whole, he can't feel love, he made his first kill at age 12, this doesn't make any sense. But Iris is 12 now in this story.
Long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help. And then...
Silence. For some reason, he wouldn't open his mouth again. Why did you stop? I hit down by accident.
A detective. Why did you stop? Was that the whole story? What's the connection between that and Shoko? Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else. I'll give you half up front, half later. If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Pewter.
Yes?
Start the preparations.
For what?
What do you think? The sink.
He's going down the drain, baby. Getting the rare double sink.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
Then let's begin.
Can't help but notice they use the phrase dosage. which Aiba's mentioned about Date a couple times. Zoop. This whole game is just a damn dream.
Sup?
No, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to, obviously.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good on my skin, yeah.
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's over. Let's begin.
Stand up.
Is this the Sagan residence?
It definitely is. But why?
Number 89. What were you up to?
I mean, even I could piece that. You know what? I'm not gonna.
What? The green. I do not think I can pass through it.
Is it Jello?
Really
I like
wants to
Jello.
hide it, huh? Okay, new plan.
Somnium scan. Activate. This appears to correspond to the green thing.
Sinking in the curtain. 89 is covered in a green membrane. I can't get close. Close. Where did that T come from? Prevent the interference from... Blah, blah, blah.
A switch. But there are thorns around it.
Why did Date have a dream about this place during the tutorial?
An astute observation. I will do that. Ow! I can't pull them out. They sting me.
Well, guess we have to investigate without pulling them out.
If you're fine with whatever happens to my fingers. A switch. This switch again. Last time we handled it in a different manner.
That was then. This is now.
But there are thorns. You are aware that I am the one who feels the pain.
It's fine. It'll only hurt for a bit, then it'll be better.
Oh, it doesn't hurt. The light has turned on.
Oh, interesting.
A phone. Should I pick it up?
Ring, ring, ring. Fuck, I don't want to waste 60 seconds on that. Hang up.
What the? I fainted.
Oh, really? Eat a dick.
It won't stop ringing. It stopped. What was that?
I don't know.
You could also just answered it. I don't know why that wasn't an option. There's only one path through this.
I guess it worked? A winter iris that blooms in the cold.
I know, I know.
A book.
Read, tear. Read it.
F does not have parents or siblings. He was raised in an orphanage.
F for Falco?
A book.
You know what, that's fine. I'd rather use 12 seconds and get another thing than...
Yeah.
I like how whenever she tears something out of a book, it's just another copy of the book.
Are you sure this will help us uncover number 89's secrets?
It might. We're getting closer.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
There is some kind of liquid pooled on the floor.
Drink it. Yes, lick it. Stick hand in.
It is surprisingly deep.
Did you find anything?
Well... Oh!
Eh?
There is something.
Cork.
What is this substance? Green tea?
It's obviously not green tea.
Perhaps it's jelly.
It's not jelly.
It's ringing again. What should I do? All right. Who is this? What the?
God damn. This fucking roofie phone.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
What the?
I think I hate this.
I feel weak.
Oh, come on, man. I should have just taken the hit. It's going to take 2 minutes.
It stopped. Aren't you curious who was calling?
I am curious, but what if they threaten me for money?
You're a police officer. Have some backbone.
Ignored the phone again.
Suppose we didn't do anything wrong.
At least you didn't faint.
I have no time left now.
A book. F became an assassin for the Kumakuras. Rohan himself bestowed F a code name. That name is Falco.
Falco.
Date, you're out of time.
Yeah, I fucked this one up.
A book. F stands against evildoers and brings them harsh justice.
Guy sounds like Judge Dredd.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
How are we allowed to reference that in this game, but we can't make a reference to Minecraft?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm out of time.
Date, there's no time!
Shit, this isn't good.
Yeah, we'll just restart it from the beginning. Couldn't I just dive back in and start it over again, like storyline-wise? Can I skip this now? Yeah, I know. Wait, what? Walk, run, options, reset camera, move view, auto on, off, yeah.
A switch. This switch again.
Agent Date, you've got 5
There's
minutes.
some kind of... a book.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
I suppose...
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
a book. Ha! I wonder what these books symbolize.
I don't know. Maybe he used to oversee a library?
Number 89. A librarian.
That didn't really do much. Actually, no, it did move me down, I think.
A book. Here I go. What happened?
Nothing.
Great.
It's a ceiling fan.
Is that like a giant desk fan?
A desk fan only moves the air immediately around it, whereas a ceiling fan circulates air in an entire room.
Oh, right.
Throw something, blow on, headbutt, hold on. That's a sturdy-ass fan. Very little was accomplished.
It's a pot. Steam is rising from it. It appears to be some kind of green curry.
Maybe a soybean stew?
It might also be boiled green juice.
Yeah, like a slime.
A turtle ninja could leap out at any moment.
Drink it. Go ahead, just do it.
What is this anyway?
You can tell by tasting it.
I would like to know before I put it in my mouth.
It's green, right? It's gotta be gag.
Don't say such things. I'm the one who has to drink it. Fine. I'll have a sip.
Jesus, that's a sip?
Iba? Hey, Iba! Iba!
Thank you for the delicious soup.
What kind of soup was it?
Elephant.
What did you say?
Elephant.
elephant.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
What is that?
It's an eye.
Date, what are we going to do?
Close the curtain. I'd rather waste 36 seconds on doing something pointless. Get the fuck out of here.
It left.
Oh, that was the right choice.
That eye.
Do you know something about it?
Yes. It was kind of cute.
You are insane.
Oh, the juice is going away.
What?
Hitomi?
Where's the goodie in this one? Is it over here?
A floor lamp. Easier said than done. I do not see a switch anywhere. Or any kind of power supply.
Really? Come
Shelf?
on, look harder. Where's your motivation?
I cannot find it.
Okay.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry.
Book. There it is. Gimme.
What? A book.
A green book. That seems familiar.
I do not think there is any relation to this.
All right. Guess it's nothing then.
It's Hitomi. Where?
Well, maybe her...
Date, you fuck. Oh, come on. Really? Really?
Her stomach, right?
Good. Good swerve.
Yeah. It's not like I'm touching her.
I just like to watch.
She's extremely hard. Perhaps due to her being stationary?
What did you say?
That she is stationary?
No, before that.
Date.
She's hard?
Hitomi is hard right now? Got it. That's useful information. Let's keep that in mind.
I hate him. I take it back. I don't hate Oda as much as I hate Date.
Wait, I forgot. What's Hitomi's condition right now? I totally lost it.
Could you stop messing around? Or would you like me to crush you with this vice?
Hey, relax. I was kidding.
It's Hitomi. Well, I suppose I will try it. She's hard.
Yeah, me too.
Hmm?
Sorry, nothing.
Date, shut up. Please. Might as well go all in on this.
Kiss her.
You... Like this? But why?
You are like one of my limbs, Aiba.
Yes.
Like an alter ego. An incarnation of me to kiss Hitomi.
Yes.
Then it's like me kissing Hitomi, right?
No.
You sure? Because that was making my heart rate rise. And another part of me, too.
I really...
Could
Come
it just
on.
be only your heart, please? It's Hitomi. Understood. Hey! Hitomi! Hitomi! No use.
Could you try it again, but more in a fawning way?
I believe we should try something else.
Fawning?
Let it go.
Complete red herring.
A book. Ah! What is this going to accomplish?
We're driving number 89 into a corner.
By tearing a book.
Yeah. I remember how shocked I felt when Mizuki tore up one of the porno mags I was hiding.
That situation was clearly different.
Also, it's kind of fucked up that Date, jerks to porn when Aiba can literally see him doing that at all times. That did push me closer, though.
A skull. I do not see the body. Would that not be disrespectful to the dead?
Dead? It's a hunk of calcium.
All right. Sorry about this.
Whose skull was this?
Unknown. I also cannot determine the connection to number 89.
It just shattered.
Less than 1 minute. Hurry!
Oh god, what do I do now?
It's Hitomi.
Alright, did everything there.
A floor.
You better come up with a more intelligent solution.
Date, these are your instructions. A floor. It is impossible. It is too heavy and hard.
Which is harder? That or what I've got in my pants?
For fuck's
Let's
sake.
finish with a hammer to test.
Yeah, it's a good idea, Aiba.
I withdraw.
A floor lamp. Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this okay?
Looks okay.
Ah!
What was that?
What do I do?
Ignore with 1 second.
Aiba, wake up!
What happened? My body is heavy.
Oh, what? Fuck you. Oh, I gotta go back now. Ow, she's stepping right on that skull.
No! Stop!
Wait. This is the scene from the first Somnium. The before he got there.
Stop right there!
Boss. Hey, I finished with more than 1 second left. So it does seem like the last... It seems I'm right. The last action you take doesn't apply any modifiers to it. Positive or negative. Kikai.
Date, this is a serious matter.
Where's Boss?
Huh?
Boss, where is she?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since about noon.
Damn it.
Date, listen. Something happened while you were in Somnium.
Really? And that's in those 6 minutes?
Huh?
Please stay calm and listen. So Sejima's body was discovered.
Fuck.
He was cut into pieces and put inside a vase in his mansion.
Damn.
That can't be.
The housekeeper found him and reported it to the police. And one more thing. So was missing his left eye.
You mean the Cyclops killer did it?
Probably, yes.
What is your next move, Date?
We'll deal with So later. Before that, I need to talk to Boss.
I suggest checking her office.
Good idea.
We were there for like hours. I'm still confused. Why did Date see that scene in his first Somnium
Not here.
before the case even began?
Where is she?
Somnium earlier was just like the dream I had 3 days ago. Yeah, here we go.
What the hell is going on? What is going on? Hitomi was shot by Rohan Kumakura to protect number 89?
And there's another thing I just can't figure out.
Boss. Why was Boss there? Because it was a dream? Was it completely random? No, that can't be. You can't dream of a face you've never seen. Number 89
not true.
must know Boss somehow.
This is a serious secret. Boss is hiding it. I have to search this room. There must be a clue somewhere. Her desk. If she had a secret, she would keep it somewhere around here.
Iba, can you hack this PC?
I will try. Unlocked. Logging in. I have recovered some video data.
Hacker voice, Iba in.
It was uploaded only a few hours ago.
Open it.
That is...
So Sejima.
Oh! Oh, and they show it! That's fucked!
Why? Boss?
Yeah, something's not right here. This can't be that straightforward. The case remains unsolved. Oof. There are still mysteries left unsolved. The real culprit, the incident 6 years ago, and Date's past. The story's branching points are insomnia. Use the flowchart to jump to a branching point in the Somnium. It may be hidden somewhere in the dream world. Find a new way forward. Locked. To proceed, you must play through more of the story. Interesting. So my choices are split on day 3 or split on day 2. We'll try doing day 3 because getting the split is very easy. And also I missed the item here. This is probably going to be the last thing I do tonight. Because I'm going to stop in like 13 minutes or so. And then I won't be playing this again until at least Monday. Ah, that sucks. I wish I streamed yesterday. I was just too busy. And I'm not going to get another chance until Monday now. I might start... Monday's my weekend, though, so if I can, maybe I'll start earlier and do like a 4 or 5 hour stream of this.
What is this place?
We've already been to this. Voop.
What?
Oh, it's Iba. Oh, that's cute. There's the sink room. You got the goodie. Iba on the phone. 89. I guess it's an alternate 89? Yeah, it says 89 in the corner. Giant Iba. It's cute. I would buy an Iba plush. Notice how big of a gap there is between day 3 and day 4 here? That means there's like 1, 2, 3 more day 3s, or this is a day 4. A mysterious inmate currently known only as 89. Doesn't like add what it says it's updated, but it didn't really add anything. Oh, I guess it added his picture. Kamakura states the name Mama gives to the real estate companies under the Kamakura umbrella. Clant, an ant familiar with the command line user interfaces. There's a joke there. Judge, jury, and executioner. What F believed himself to be. Generally a phrase that describes someone with total authority and determination, some would call it arrogance, to carry it out. Not all that dissimilar to boss. Standalone. Unaffiliated or able to exist entirely without any other entity. Oh yeah. Or able to exist entirely. Okay. Closely tied to the idea of independence. Kawasaki District. Sosajima currently resides in Azubu. However, he is currently not running for office in the Minato District, where Azabu is located, but instead in the Kawasaki District, where he was born and raised. Candidates are allowed to run for any constituency, regardless of where they live. And then we got the branching routes.
A double door.
Hiya! Hiya!
Stop that! You're not helping! A double door.
Oh, another zero escape sound effect.
We don't have to worry about it.
Alright, that literally leaves one other option, which is to hit the TV.
A CRT TV. Fixing it by hitting it is an old-fashioned approach.
Well, this is an old-fashioned object, so...
Mouse. Bloody mouse.
What was that just now?
A child's drawing of a rat.
Iris must have drawn it.
It is not yet possible to determine that. Let's continue the investigation. There is much to interact with.
Hit the mouse.
A full-body mirror.
I think we'll be avoiding that one for now. gun.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way.
Shoot! Don't just stay there,
I
shoot!
don't see any bullets inside.
Just try it.
All right, I'll give it a shot. As I thought, this will not work.
I need a bullet.
5 minutes left, Dante.
I see many objects in the room.
Oh, the music's different too.
It appears to be
Froggy.
a frog, a child's painting.
Let's hope it's not dangerous, or you...
Was that supposed to be funny?
Wait, what'd he say? Or you might croak.
Let's hope it's not dangerous, or you might... croak? No, I was just thinking about the meaning of the painting.
There does not appear to be a particular meaning.
I agree.
A shelf.
Investigate bottle. Oh, okay. Whatever.
The explosions appear to have stopped.
The explosions made the room change.
This is a dangerous dream, but we must continue.
Blow it up! Blew up a frog.
An analog TV.
Turn the dial.
Nothing is happening. An
4 minutes.
4 minutes. 60 plus 60 is 120. Oh, I went below 240, that's why. Actually doing really good on time here.
An analog. Understood. What was that? That was creepy.
I nearly pissed my pants.
Sorry, I meant I enjoyed it as much as the Pirates of Penzance. Already did those. Operating table.
An operating table.
Oh my god. Well, good thing we got these 30s. Perform surgery.
Surgery? For whom?
Just act it out.
Act it out? This is not a children's playtime.
I'm the very model of a modern Major General.
It might help reproduce a memory.
I feel like I'm on a medical dragon team.
What?
Something has spawned.
It's me. It's me.
Want to check it out?
3 minutes, Dante.
A retro TV. I cannot change the channel. A retro TV. child's voice is creepy.
And hearing that laugh in this situation?
It is unusual. A retro TV. A picture of a bird, drawn by a child.
Did Iris make this?
Unknown.
Alright, well that takes care of all that. I'm assuming I need the gun with a bullet in it.
Just a locker. That was close. If this were the Delta Princess, I would have been stabbed.
Why was it booby-trapped?
I do not see anything else inside. Would you like me to examine the knife?
Good idea.
The knife that flew out of the locker.
Seppuku. Throw, push in.
Do you wish for me to die?
No, I do not.
But why must I commit seppuku?
In this foreign land, I believed it to be the only course of action.
I refuse.
Do you wish to speak a haiku in your final breath?
Your samurai impression is ridiculous and inaccurate. Stop that. Is
Vaguely
this
racist,
someone
too.
trying to get to you, Date?
I'm my usual self.
That's the problem. But in any case, I will not do it.
You have less than 2
The
minutes,
knife
Date.
that flew out of the
Hurry.
locker. It cannot be pushed in any further. The knife that flew out. Like this? What?
Okay.
I only threw it lightly.
It just phased through the TV. And killed the bird. Now I'm sad.
An oil drum, television, and torso.
I think I understand. I'm starting to see the picture.
I do not yet understand it. A common gas canister. An old television built in the era before remote controls. I hear hard breathing.
From a child. But it's not normal.
An old television built. Nothing else but static.
You have 1 minute left.
A naked torso.
Choke, punch, or talk.
Is that a serious suggestion?
Anything can happen in Somnium, right? The torso might talk. Maybe in a southern accent.
Why in a southern accent? Well, I might as well try. Excuse me, you know a gal named Iris? What's that, partner?
What happened? Did you get something?
It said, Why are you talking to a mannequin, you idiot?
Are you sure that isn't your commentary?
Ain't no talking torsos.
Well, shoot.
The oil drum is the only other thing.
You've got less than 30 seconds.
An oil drum.
I'm gonna retry.
An oil drum.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on there? Oh god, it's a mosaic. Apparently the right choice.
What does this mean? Bullets?
Oh shit, there's 6 of them.
Maybe you can use them in that gun?
You have 1 minute left.
A revolver.
Shout!
Can we use the bullets we found earlier?
This could work. I'll try shooting it.
Pull the trigger, Piglet. We did it. I hear smooching. Wait, it's a congressman. Oh shit. Wait, that did apply the last thing though. I'm so confused. And to confirm, there's only 2 images. There's not 1 per route. Voop. I need to stop and go to bed.
What happened during that Somnium?
We saw the whole thing on the monitor.
But we're just as confused as you are.
Well, upon further reflection, it is not so strange. Dreams are developed outside of our conscious will. When you sink into Somnium, there is no guarantee of what you will discover.
What about the figure?
Could have been Iris herself.
That is a possibility. The sinker sees the subject's dream from the third person.
That means that Iris... she must have met So Sejima somewhere.
We did see Congressman Sejima in there.
We saw that shadow kiss him, too.
Did that happen in reality?
Not necessarily. I'm sure you've had dreams of kissing celebrities and porn stars, right?
I mean, no.
The first part, yes, but the second part, no.
You sure about that? Anyway, you know what I mean.
A dream is not made up entirely of memories. It can include things outside of your memory, like TV or movies.
Yeah, but you have to watch them, so they are part of your memory.
Even if the figure was supposed to be Iris, her smooch in Somnium does not necessarily reflect her actions in reality.
You can't use the word smooch.
Why not?
So we don't know if Iris and So are acquainted.
That's right. Because So is a celebrity of sorts. It's possible she just saw him on TV or online.
We were silent for a time. While I was deep in my thoughts, I heard Pewter speak.
Date, Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I gave my short reply and headed to the sink room next door.
Putting me to sleep when I wasn't expecting it? You cops are more rough than I thought.
You signed a consent form before you came in here, didn't you?
You forced me to sign it.
Anyway, Iris, I have some things I want to ask you.
What?
And this is where we will call it. We didn't get any new notes. Let me just check the time flow chart real quick. Okay. So that shows both of the routes. Okay. Okay. Alright. We're done for tonight. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go to bed. Next stream will probably be Monday or Tuesday. And we'll try to maybe do 3 or 4 next week. We'll see what happens. Y'all have a great night. And thank you for coming. Bye-bye.